Welcome back to Houston Life. Okay, so y'all have probably heard about the crawfish shortage this season, but do not worry, things are a little bit more expensive, but there are some ways around it.
Yeah,
right?
you can still go ahead with your annual boils. You might just have to wait a little while. In the meantime, there are other options. Our friends at Out the Mud Crawfish are in Studio B to help make sure our boils are still a success this year. Jamie, Stanley, thank you so much for being here. So what's the deal with crawfish season? Let's break it down for our listeners and viewers.
Okay, let's talk about it. First of all, we had a huge drought in Louisiana and the rest of the South on last year, 2023.
Okay.
Well, what essentially happened is the crawfish went deep down in the ground.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, they're not coming up. So I talked to farmers. Farmers say we're about 2 months behind on actual crawfish season. So the catch should have been up, let's say around December. We're in February, and we're just now kind of seeing crawfish. So the drought, then in January, we had a really huge freeze. All of that went into the problem that we were seeing with the extremely high prices when it comes to crawfish.
So they are more expensive, but in a few months, will we eventually catch up?
I don't think anyone can accurately, but all of the experts say yes.
Okay.
Carefully.
And that's so critical to your business. I mean, that's what y'all do. Y'all do crawfish boils. So you've had to really pivot. What are you guys doing instead? What are you offering instead? How are you planning it?
So Out the Mud, obviously crawfish is what we do, but we also offer a number of other things, crabs, shrimp, even blue crabs, and all of these things are wild caught from the Gulf, which makes it really cool for us. So we've kind of pivoted into that, and those things are still available on our website, the shrimp and crabs and things of that nature.
And Jamie and Stanley Alford, so Out the Mud Crawfish, to refresh our viewers' memories, you came on the show a couple years ago. Jamie, you were not here that day, but Stanley, you were here. And essentially you do this boil in a box. That's the concept, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit how the business started.
Go ahead.
Well, basically, 2020, there was a pandemic and the world changed for all of us. And God really just gave me this vision sometime before the pandemic hit. So we were already going through this ideal, trying to put this ideal together as far as touchless delivery. And it makes sense. You go out to do one boil and you take a big crawfish rig out and you set up. However, we said, maybe we can do multiple boils at one time. So there comes the boil in the box. We can serve the whole Houston in one day. Crawfish here, the Woodlands, Katy, etc.
Wow. Well, the smell is heavenly. So I do believe you when God said, this is what you're going to do. It makes perfect sense. So you guys are going to actually show us how y'all season your boil, or like just some of the spices you use.
Yes.
What can we do to help?
Okay, we'll let you load the pot.
Okay.
So you want to make sure your water is very, very hot.
It is very hot. What am I
Okay.
grabbing here?
Seasoning.
Okay.
It could be whatever seasoning of choice.
Okay. Oh, I
we like
can
to
feel
play
the heat.
around with seasoning.
Okay.
You have bell pepper, fresh bell pepper.
Okay. So it's like a Cajun seasoning, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
You have garlic.
Ooh, I'm a garlic girl. I love
Me
that.
too.
Okay. Get all that in there. Ooh, splash
Get
some
your
there.
onion.
Be
You can get your onion.
Okay. Some onion.
You're doing a great job, Tessa.
Thank you. I feel like it's important.
And we should remind our viewers, too, that even though, crawfish boils are very, very popular, you can do a crab boil, a shrimp boil, all kinds of seafood to boil, right?
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Turkey necks.
Yeah. You can do this inside. You don't need the fancy equipment. These are bay leaves?
Yes.
Okay. And
Then-
is this more seasoning?
Yes, if you like the aroma now, you don't have to add to it, but we
What do
like
you think?
extra
More
seasoning.
seasoning.
Okay, good. Let's go for it.
You're
Let's
looking
do
like
it.
I was crazy.
Let's
you
do
better
it.
put more seasoning in there.
It's also
all right.
interesting
It's in.
because depending on the region of the South where you come from, people have very, very strong opinions about how much seasoning in the water, how much actually goes on the finished product.
On top.
House divided sometimes,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, but y'all believe more seasoning in the pot.
Yes,
seasoning
definitely in the pot.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
More is more.
Absolutely.
Okay, there's some very large crab legs down here.
Very large crab legs. Are we grabbing these first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah. Look at, okay, hold on. Hold on.
So if someone wants to do a
at
boil
this.
at home, they could potentially get crab legs like this at their local market?
Maybe not that size. We actually have a supplier, but yeah, absolutely. They can get snow crabs from their local market. Absolutely.
Okay. but
They
I
have
mean-
a plug. Is that more expensive?
Yeah, because of the size is larger. And these are fresh Gulf shrimp.
Okay.
I'm going to help you out.
Thank you
Be
so much.
careful.
Okay,
because
these are gigantic. And these come right from our Gulf. And I've heard, even though there is a shortage of crawfish, I've heard that shrimp surplus is a thing right now. I've heard that we have a lot of shrimp this year.
Wow.
Absolutely. Could put a few more in there.
Okay, put a few more. They smell so.
And for someone who's never hosted a boil at home, because I know it can be a lot of work, this is something you can do in your kitchen. I know a lot of people will set up like a hot plate in their garage or a burner in their garage. Where do y'all recommend doing it?
Definitely outside.
Okay.
Definitely outside, and especially if you're going to use propane, because it's not safe to use propane indoors.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Also, like I said, the water has to be extremely hot, and you don't want the condensation to damage anything in your home.
Gotcha. Okay. So you could do a little boil on the stove inside, but if you're doing something this size or larger,
Yes.
definitely take it outside.
For sure.
And you guys have also, there's some lobster on the table here. Y'all are offering lobster boils as well right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Oh, that is exciting.
Yeah, you've heard it first at Houston Life. We are now doing lobster boils. So let's get it. Let's do these lobsters.
Absolutely, let's get it.
That is fantastic. Okay, so Jamie and Stanley Alford, before we let you go, just to recap, again, the crawfish may come back in a couple months, right? We may have more of a surplus. For now, expect more expensive prices,
Correct.
right? And maybe if you really have your heart set on crawfish, wait till the April season, the April month to make
March?
it happen.
Well, I say March. Prices are actually going down gradually. So if you would like crawfish, I say start looking at the prices now. Definitely, if you want catering, go ahead and get your catering request in so you can kind of already be on the books. So when the prices do go down, you already be on the books.
It's a great tip. And supporting our crawfish farmers is
So important, right? So important. So what they do have to offer, get that, and then supplement the rest with shrimp or whatever seafood you have available.
Absolutely.
guys so
Stanley and
much.
Jamie Alford, thanks so much. Out the Mud. Look them up online, and I can confirm, because last time during commercial break, we wolfed down the entire box. We'll be doing that shortly.